Welcome back to the Daily Grind. Welcome back to the Daily Grind. That is the next working song. If you haven't noticed, I'm doing one of these every day because I don't make a lot of sense. But neither did the Blazers sweep of the Grizzlies over the weekend. Didn't make a lot of sense. I'm getting better with these segues too, if you'll notice. So, hope everybody had a great weekend, guys. I am wearing, I don't know, for those of you listening and not watching, I am wearing one of the limited edition Jaw Hawaiian shirts. Yeah, I got to be in the game, in the building for the game on Saturday, which was kind of a bummer game, to be honest. Wasn't there for the game on Friday, which I might have been more of a bummer if you were there. I don't know, getting blown out by, what was the score to that? We're going to, let's just dive right in. We'll dive in. It's Monday. Hope everybody's doing okay. We're going to get right to it. The first game of the weekend on Friday night, 122-92. This was the first night of a back-to-back against the Blazers. I, for one, was hoping we would at least eke out one of these, just one. Just one. One would have been nice. If you're watching this finger, one would have been nice. After the first game, I was hoping for the second one. That first game, it really was I'm probably going to ruin the name, the Do-Up Reef show. I think that's how you say his name for the Blazers. And it's pretty bad when you're getting, let's say this, Jaren was not playing. And the fact that Jaren wasn't playing, we don't have really any other true bigs on the roster. No true centers other than Trey Jamison at this point, and we just kind of got demolished. It was Trey Jamison only had 5 points, and he was our center, and Reith just wiped the floor with him. I didn't even know who this guy was. 18 points, 5 boards, 1 assist, 2 steals, 2 blocks, solid game from this guy. And this is a guy who's on a weird team like the Blazers, just having a weird night, and it's just a bad season for the Grizzlies. Jake LaRavia. Yeah, that's right. Jake the Snake LaRavia. And he was our lead player. He was our number one player. What is that? I've written Jake off a long time ago. He's slow-footed. I don't know. This isn't a Jake. I'm not dumbing on Jake because the dude had the game of his career on Friday, but that's not where you want to be. That's not where you want to be. You want to be happy about the other guys that have been contributing, guys like Vince and guys like Santi. That first game Friday was over by halftime. It was bad. Didn't even watch it. I was at a fundraising event for the Nashville Library. Got to see an awesome puppet show. Shout out them. And didn't even watch it. I was getting updates on my phone, and I stopped caring by halftime. Saturday's game, though, being in the building for that one, that was a different story. We led the entire game, literally the entire game, until the fourth. And the guys that you would expect to hooped on Saturday, Santi, Vince, Gigi, the 3 guys that I would say have solidified themselves in this rotation moving forward. They, for next year, they will be in the rotation. Those 3 guys balled out Saturday. They were the reason the Grizzlies had the lead for the entire time. I took my lady and our kiddo, we went, and they were even talking, they knew who the good players were. You could just see these 3 guys are kind of setting themselves apart from the rest of this team right now. There were some questionable decisions made rotation-wise. Lamar Stevens started that Saturday game, and TJ abandoned him pretty fast. He only played, how many minutes did he play? Let me make sure I'm looking at the right game. He played 17 minutes. That's not, it's just weird, because he was 16 and a half minutes. He was a +5. He was, out of all the starters, after it was him and Zaire, they were the only 2 positive plus minuses. I don't know why TJ, I don't know why TJ didn't play him that much. It was a weird game because our second unit that's where the Blazers made up their ground. In the second quarter, when we had that 18-point lead, it was when our second unit of Kennard, LaRavia, Jitty, Matt Hurt, I went when there were four dudes that looked a lot like me, when there were like four white guys out there all on the court. We just got, and we lost those minutes. We did. And I don't think, like, Matt Hurt played great. It was the best Matt Hurt game I've seen. It's just Luke wasn't taking the shots. Jake wasn't taking the shots. What they were taking weren't going in. They're like, this second unit, they weren't making the shots. Jitty was 1 for 4. Like, our bench unit was just coming up cold from 3. You know, I think that's why and these are guys that are shooters normally. Jake is a shooter. Kennard is a shooter. These are our shooters. They were just not making shots. This game wins we win this game if a couple of those guys knock down some shots. And I never like to blame the refs, but we also win this game if they don't call that bull crap flagrant on Vince in the 4th, where they reviewed it it felt like an eternity in the building for a hostile act when it was a flop. Vince didn't touch the dude from his angle. Maybe it looked like it, but I don't want to point to one ref or one thing that blew the game, but that was just absolute bullcrap. It was an asinine call. The guy, I don't know how you see that, review it, and think that had a hostile act involved, especially when earlier in the game, in the half, you saw someone grab somebody by the throat, albeit however intentional it was. Like, what is considered a hostile act is just, I don't know. I don't know at this point. And when it's costing games, I mean, the Grizzlies didn't close it out. You know, you can't blame this call for blowing an 18-point lead. You know, like I said, that's not making shots. That's the reason why you blow that lead. But in a close game where the guy goes to the line like that goes to overtime. It sucks. It's hard to not be like to get that one back, you know, and in overtime's tough. These guys were out of gas. It was a tough game and they just couldn't close it out. It was a bummer. You know, it was a bummer. I don't know. It was a bummer couple of games. You know, you want to see the guys came out after getting their tails whooped on Friday and showed up on Saturday. And it was a good game to be at. The energy in the room, crowd wasn't great, you know, but the crowd that was there felt good. You know, it wasn't a full crowd, but who was there? Just the energy was great. And I really thought we were going to pull it out. And unfortunately we didn't. And I will say, being in the building, I noticed how dialed in the bench. The guys that are hurt are still extremely dialed in. You know, Marcus was out there all the time. Dez, Jaron, this team is still a team that seems to want to play together and wants to win together. And that makes me happy. That makes me happy moving forward. If I had to pick a stats monster from the weekend, which we haven't really done in a while, and, you know, we'll give it we'll do a little twofer stats monster for the 2 games. I'm giving it to Vince. You know, he felt like the leader of the team out there with no Jaron. He stepped up to me. It felt him and Santi both, but I'm going to give the edge to Vince. They just stepped up and they felt like the leader of this team. And it's just good to see these young guys do that. We're going to take a quick break. You know, when we get back, we're going to get into the game tonight. We do play the Nets tonight. Not going to be a super long show today. I'm just going to touch on a few things, you know, get you ready for the week, get you geared up right after this quick break.
Not just the level of individual talent that he plays with, but it's also the level of his mind. We haven't gotten cross-court open shot this year. Right. We haven't seen that pass a lot. Number one, you got to respect him going to the basket. There's a roller. I got to watch the roller. He has the mind to be able to say, I see all of that, but now I see this guy over here. I'm going to get him this open shot. How shifty he is to always be going forward. It's usually side to side. Yeah. His dribble moves are side to side, but going forward. Right. Which is very hard to defend. I just want to get you, as many times can I get you to do this? But for him, it's not here. It is here, which is are his moves to get down the floor. It's awkward for a defender to try to catch a cadence. You dribble. So now what I do is, now when you go put that ball down, I'm going for it. But with him, it's hard for my cadence. But what's my cadence for you? I don't know what it is.
Tune in to the Anthony Sane Show Wednesdays and Fridays at 12 p.m. weekly on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Who do you need to step it up? Outside of David Jones, I think David Jones is David Jones.
I don't think you need him to step it up because he's been performing.
Yeah, like he's David Jones. Like outside of him, he's fine.
I think Quinterly needs to play better.
In what way? Like, I mean, he's facilitating the ball well. I mean, what do you, like, I don't.
To a 12 from the field's not cutting it.
It's not great. It's not great.
And I don't need a runner 3 from the top of the key with 3.5 seconds left.
Is Virginia the game where Jordan Brown is going to cook? Those dudes aren't looking to run the ball.
Cook what? Dude, I thought he was going to have a freaking night. He came out with that fresh cut, lined up, and then literally within the first 15 seconds missed a wide open layup. And then picked up 2 fouls right away.
I feel real lied to because I thought we were getting a 20 and 10 guy.
Didn't think it did anything for you.
Well,
I think we all thought we were getting a 20 and 10 guy. And we are getting that in David Jones.
I'm not even getting 20 or 10 minutes out of the guy.
Tune in to Tigers Untapped with TJ Willis and Trey Lasley every Wednesday at 3 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Welcome back to Daily Grind. You can catch this show as well as all these other shows, the shows you just heard ads for. You can catch all this show, all these shows, bunch of other content too over at bluffcitymedia.co, excuse me. It's $5 a month to become an insider, get access to a lot of really cool stuff, get access to our Discord. There's a lot of good combos happening on there. A lot of, just smart guys just talking hoops. It's really cool. If you can't do that, the YouTube channel, it's free. I can afford free. You can afford free. It's easy. You can just subscribe to that, please. It helps us keep running the shows. Not just me, everybody, it just helps us talk Grizz, helps us talk Memphis, and who doesn't like that? All right. But moving on through the show tonight, the Grizzlies will be at the Barclays Center to play the Nets. Your guess is as good as mine about tonight. It is worth noting that Zaire Williams was added to the injury report. He had to be helped off the court in Saturday's game, and it looks like he was added with a right hip flexor strain. So he is out. Jaren Jackson Jr. is doubtful, so do not expect to see him tonight. What does that mean for our rotation? He's been starting as of late. I don't know. My assumption is we would run with the same starters, I guess. So that's Goodwin, Santi, Vince, Lamar, and my guess would be Luke. You slide into the starting and have GG come off the bench. You could start GG. My guess would be one of those starts, but I don't know. I thought we were going to beat this Nets team last time. This Nets team is still somehow hanging on for a play-in-ish. I don't know. It's hard not to write them off, but they're still in it mathematically, I think. They're defending the ball pretty good as of late. It's the second time we're playing them in a week. They kicked our behinds last time. They had 7 dudes score double figures. We're on a 5-game losing streak. We've lost 14 of our last 16. If we one more loss and it's our first, we're clinching a losing season. It's our first losing season since 2019. That's not fun. It's also worth noting that 9 of those 16 losses of late, they've been by single digits. So this team is fighting. They're in it. I keep saying this is how you tank the right way because we're losing, but they're trying. These guys are out there. They're hooping every single night. They're working their butts off. And I don't know what else to say. It's like I'm still very proud to root for this team, even though most likely we're probably tonight's going to be tough. We're going to be shorthanded. Twice playing them in a week, coming off 2 losses in a row. I don't know. I'm not expecting much. But you know what? The games that I don't expect much, we tend to do pretty good on those for some reason. So I don't know. I don't want to dwell too much on this because, like I said, I just don't really know what to expect. I'd like to say we win, but we're down more guys, so who knows? Not going to talk much more on that, guys. Thanks for sticking with me on this. I'm bummed out about it. Don't want to bum you guys out. So we're going to take one more real quick break. when I get back, we're going to talk about Mondays because what are they for? They're for lasagna. We're back for that segment again right after this break.
I'm just big on being able to vocalize what someone's role is. I always thought my best coaches were the people that let me know exactly what you expect from me. Now, I might not like it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But if you come to me man to man to say, this is how we think we're gonna play you, bang, 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 and hopefully everybody understand. I'm not saying that this has not been done with this team. I'm just saying from my experience, we all have egos when we get to this game.
Right.
All of us, to the last person on the bench, you got an ego, but all of us can't be the man.
Yeah.
You're not, you got to be able to say, okay, he's the man, but what do I do and what can I do to help us be good? And if it's vocalized to you, then you know exactly and if I'm out there doing it and now I'm not getting the result from you, now we got to sit down and have another conversation. But as long as it is told to you, this is what we expect from you, this is how we want you to play, then I feel like, again, keeping this logo.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Tune in to the Anthony Sane Show Wednesdays and Fridays at 12 p.m. weekly on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. All right, Christian.
Yes,
You are Penny Hardaway.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Today, you're going to play act. Okay? Gabe, because you're a Jordan Brown apologist, you're going to be Jordan Brown.
I'm a Jordan Brown apologist. Okay.
Okay.
I'll take that.
Y'all are sitting across the room from each other.
I said, don't tweet him hate. And he's like, you're an apologist. Like, good God. But either way, continue. We're in a room together.
Why did things break down?
Jordan, we brought you in this year to be the centerpiece of our offense. You came in out of shape. Let's call it what it is. Call a spade a spade. We play fast. Told you this when we were recruiting you. We play fast. One of the fastest paces in the country. You have to be able to get up and down the floor. You have failed at that.
Oh, well, I'm leaving. So it's fine. Cool.
Tune in to On the Bluff with Christian Fowler and Gabe Kuhn every Tuesday at 12 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Welcome back. This is the Daily Grind, and it's Monday. And you know what Mondays are for? That's right. Mondays are for lasagna. And lasagna's a really good pasta. And Garfield's a really good cat. That's the song that we're debuting. You can just find all kinds of bad songs on this show. So Mondays are for lasagna. If you don't remember this segment, we're going to talk about the most Monday thing that we experienced over the weekend and the most lasagna thing that we experienced over the weekend. I'm going to turn into an old man for a really quick second to talk about my Monday thing. Went to Memphis this past weekend, drove back. We got to fix these potholes, y'all. Potholes suck. Don't laugh. I see you laughing over there. Look, potholes suck. And Tennessee is awful about them because we don't know how to do our roads when it snows and ices. And they get all these plows and they just plow it up and it sucks. And cars get hurt. Their feelings get hurt and their physical bodies get hurt. And that's my Monday thing for the weekend. There were just too many potholes and I want them fixed. All right. Old man moment over. All right. The most lasagna thing. And it was a hell of a lasagna thing, guys. So yesterday in the closing, I like college hoops. And unless you've been living under a rock, I'm assuming you know about Caitlin frickin' Clark. She is my favorite thing to watch on hardwood right now. I think she is incredible. You can just catch one highlight of her and it's just like, who is this? This woman is incredible. On Sunday, in the second quarter of that game against Ohio State, she hit 2 free throws to pass LSU legend Pete Maravich's mark of 3,667 most career points. She has now got the most career points in Division I history for men and women. That's incredible. She passed 3,667 career points in Division I. That's insane. And she's just been cooking with gas all her whole career, if you've just been watching her, it's like her and then LeBron, or her and Jokic in terms of like the show that's happening out there. Here's just some of her stats. She's got 55 30-point games. It's the most by a Division I player in the past 25 seasons. She's got 18 of those this season. She's got 17 triple doubles, 6 this season, which is second in D1 history. She's got 12 40-point games, including 4 this season, which is the most ever by any D1 player over the past 25 seasons. These are astounding numbers, and she's effortless, like she just, the logo threes are just becoming absurd in the amount of frequency and the amount that they're being made. It's just, she's an absolute joy to watch play basketball. She truly, truly is. And I think Garfield would agree, watching her is like a plate of lasagna. It truly is. And that was the most lasagna thing for me, watching her set the record. And she's not done yet, guys. She's not done. Watching her set the record for most career points in Division I history is just, it's incredible. It's incredible. And that's going to do it for today's show, y'all. Like I said, pretty short for y'all. Tomorrow, tune in. We're going to talk about tonight's game. Hopefully we talk about a dub. It was kind of a down earlier, and I'm normally pretty positive, but it's not looking great. I'm going to have Rusty with me of the $2 Sports Show hopefully tomorrow, so tune in. Thanks for tuning in today, y'all. Appreciate it, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. This was the Daily Grind. Have a good one.